got a sun tattooed on your arm. You're building a giant sun sculpture. Do you already know what's the biggest event that's going to happen in 2023?
I do.
Yep, which is?
An eclipse.
Hi guys, it's Joseph here, the producer of Art on Fire, and I'm really excited to be taking the lead on documenting the creation of the Ningaloo Eclipse Fest happening on April 20 of 2023 on the Exmouth Peninsula along the Ningaloo Marine Park coastline. Guys, the Ningaloo Eclipse Fest is the fest for you. The West Australian government is already taking a lead on organising a very science-focused event experience at Exmouth, but we're looking on this program to talk with the people who are going to be organising the more party vibe, the more adventure, meet nature, connect with humans, spiritual experience, love, awe, joy, that kind of a thing that provides respect and shows respect to traditional landowners, current landowners, understands everything about the area and leaves the place in a wonderful state, booming for the economy up there, showing our love and gratitude to our hosts and making wonderful connections with each other and with nature in this spectacular phenomenon. So this is a place where you'll want to listen in for that kind of content. I'm going to be sharing with you in this video the first 12 guests who've come on this program, their thoughts about the event, and I'll be sharing more of that as that goes along. Stay tuned into Art on Fire on Patreon to learn about discounts, how you can get involved, what you can do, and how you can have the best possible time at this crazy phenomenon, and also to see if this phenomenon is going to be the right one for you. Tune in there just to find out if this is going to be the place where you are just going to have just a phenomenal life experience that you talk about forever onwards. Thanks so much. Mwah.
If it's only going to last for 60 seconds, like just for me personally, what I would want to take place during that time is nothing except that event. Like,
absolutely.
Do something else around the periphery of what's going to happen.
Yeah,
Absolutely. You can build, a festival or some kind of installation around that concept and around that event. But I think just like let everything be sucked into the orbit of whatever's happening outside of Earth, because that is way cooler than anything you can make, right?
Oh, for sure.
You have to do a lot of scoping, I think, if you're going to put an event together from scratch, like a huge amount of scoping. It's consultation with the local community, what kind of appetite is there for an event to take place in that region for the locals as a first point of call?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of appetite is there, for people to travel from the next biggest city centre, which would be Perth. Is it going to become an intrastate tourism piece? Does it have attraction from that point of view? So I think it's kind of really scoping, like, who is the audience of this thing? How big do we want to go? How many people do we want to attract?
Yeah, and it's always good to be able to say that you experienced with something with someone. Because then you can go after it. Hey, remember that time that? Oh yeah, that was such a good.
Oh, it's
good
a timestamp.
Yeah,
it's a powerful timestamp as well. It's
Yeah.
just like, oh yeah, we were there.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I want to be there. You want to be there?
Yep, definitely.
Let's be in the proximity. I know.
Supporting some of these country towns, they need the tourism.
What would you want to see in a Western Australian eclipse event?
Include all of the people who've come from all different walks of life to speak in a relevant way that connects everyone together in this unification of preparing for this cosmic event to happen. If you're not ready for a meaningful moment, for example, the profound violinist who plays in the New York City Underground, you're not expecting it to be profound. So you walk right past it. And they did this experiment with world-class violinist who was playing in the underground and only a child stopped to see, or something along those lines. Most people walked right past this absolute world-class violinist. The same can be said about this hugely significant cosmic event. This alignment,
set people up.
This alignment that only comes in this like once in a blue moon. For that to hold and reverberate its true depth and significance, we need to create context. It's almost like a curated journey that brings people into depth. It brings people from the party celebration, wherever they might be before that moment, and it's almost like a 30-minute, like not a meditation, but like a journey into depth and perception and presence, where it's like this unified deepening of consciousness, so that when the eclipse arrives, we are so ready to receive all of it that it just like...
Could be in the middle of the ocean and I'm going to hire a fucking boat and I'm going to go see it. Bloody Marys. That's what we're drinking. Bloody Marys, but we'll call it something different. We're just drinking the blood of Mayans. Fucking, this is the baby juice.
If everyone who is interested in going to see that phenomena happen, I feel like the group of people that I'll be talking to are the group of people who might be able to create an event that's inclusive and caters for all of those types and allows for a crossing of those types as well. Because then, the physicist and the astrologer and the astronomer and the yogic person who will come because of the Dalai Lama sent them, right? Like they'll all be able to hang out together in the same place at the same time.
Well, something that brings unity amongst the people out there. That's what I would do there personally, but my somatics would be the thing. I'd say I could just set up a somatics thing there, tent or something like that. Having my work and being there and explaining it is probably is it doesn't work with me not being or showing what's going on. So I could set up a live somatics to the event or something. Or well, if you can get everyone, you've experienced the temple burns. Were you there last time it was held?
Yep.
3,000 or 1,500, whatever it was half the crowd, and because a burn, it's not like 1 minute of silence. It's like 20-30 minutes of. That was amazing. That blew my mind. If you can get that many people being silent for the time,
that's what you'd want to see.
30,000 people or so at the event all gathered into that field and waiting eagerly for that eclipse to happen, and like after having days of fun together, and it was such a bonding moment of us, like the friends that I went with, we're kind of just sitting in a group just looking up with those glasses, just waiting, and it just felt like forever almost, as they slowly see through the glasses, like the sun kind of just being covered by the moon. And then finally, when the totality happens, that's when we were allowed to take the glasses off, and then you just see this amazing, beautiful kind of just ring of light, and then the darkness, and then just as that moment happened, like the cold wind just brushed through as well. So it was just such a powerful moment where, just felt that temperature just drop suddenly, and like the wind come through, and the stars come out, and and then it was just a few minutes that it lasted, but that few minutes was just awe-inspiring. And
that's a big picture for me, but I will tell you what we've started to do the last year, because this year was going to be one of the first times we actually got the opportunity to hold a team camp at Blaze. Yep. We've been working on
Splooge?
Yeah, Splooge Lounge.
Splooge.
Yeah. And instead of all of us bringing a barbecue and bringing a fridge and bringing any of the essentials that you need for self-sufficient for 5 days, we decided to create our own little camp in the campsite. And sure, I went off without a hitch. Like at one stage, we done cocktail and disco party on the Saturday, where all our mates are DJs. We came down with a few tunes going on during the day and stuff, and it went off. It was beautiful. You know what I mean? We were like, oh, we can actually do this. And then, and it was family orientated. So people brought their kids. One of my mates brought his missus, the kids, and the 2 dogs down. People brought their dogs down, and it was just running around. Friday was like Freedom Funky Friday. Saturday was cocktail and disco. On Sunday we had a minion party. So we had like 200 people running around dressed as minions, just acting up. It was brilliant, holding hands, having fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I love about it. At the end of the event that we done, it was just people were so grateful over the year. Not even a festival, like a gathering, a barbecue or something, a big meeting point, and everyone gets to meet each other, socialise.
Yeah, basically, as you say, it's a solar eclipse, right? You mentioned.
Yes, yeah, full solar eclipse. Yeah,
full solar eclipse. Yeah. So from the Vedic knowledge speaking, there's also very common in yoga. We do a Surya Namaskar. That is something we do in the morning to greet and worship the sun. So that's definitely something which I can recommend for people to do, maybe, or I would probably do that when I would encounter that eclipse. A very, very beautiful ritual people has been doing for thousands of years to worship the sun. And other than that, definitely bringing organic music, drum circles of people have to come together, holding hands, organic music, not those DJ setup speaker things, like organic music, especially the drums. There's our connection to earth, and singing beautiful angels' voices of the woman combined with the heavy drums of the masculine energy, and that will create a very powerful bond with nature and then the universe and those events.
Yeah.
You got to look after the environment. Yeah, you got to talk to the locals up there.
Yeah,
and people that know what's going on multiple levels.
Yep.
And just make it a safe place.
That's exciting me.
Yeah.
And something must burst out of us. How long can humans possibly hold off before they can't contain anymore?
Yeah.
Well,
I think similar to the temple burn, at Blazing Swan and Burning Man, it's a powerful moment. It's a insanely powerful moment.
Be there.